Hi, I'm Ling Koo. I'm a tough artist at the Children's Museum. I play with my twin sister. We will project our imagination onto ordinary things around us, what we're supposed to study, like hiding little things and imagine that it's like a butler or snail or just like things that we have had a lot of good time, and I think that spirit kind of affect me as a adult now. Create sculptures. I think play is crucial for. It's like the backbone for creativity that kids can play with pretty much everything, like the muds, the rocks. You don't even need to think too much or design something elaborate for them. They just have a good time, and I think that's something I remind myself in the studio. So I'm not necessarily imagine myself as a kid, but I think that view, that eyes, it's important to me to think about. To trying to have some fun in my studio. I think my native language, the Mandarin, is a picture-based language. So I feel when I see things, it's like why these two things get together and then become another meaning, and then I think I have that kind of logic when I create sculpture here. Even I'm thinking in English, I think that visual logic still affect me, and also I think as a foreigner, it allows me to make mistakes or mess around the language and somehow sometimes get some situation of humor or funny mistakes. So I think that's something that affect me. And when I grew up, I just certain things I interested in as a kid. I feel that's something I'm still interested in now, like miniature things, food. Always love food, insects, all those things, and also the pop culture. When I grew up, is majority like Japanese pop culture. So I think those colors, those cute things, also like kind of organically shows in my work. I think sometimes I will kind of almost like interrogate certain things and then move on to another and another. I think for a while I was making like combs, like hairbrush, like combs, and for another, and then making some light balls, eggs. You see the pretzels behind me. I was like trying to see what material I can explore. So I just kind of move on. In terms of the theme, I think I always love food. I also like architecture. I think music also affect me, but not in a direct way. I think it's the composition of the music. I think that affect my installation a lot. Like, you put small things next to a big thing, somehow the big become bigger and the small become smaller, and then that's how you create the music. Have like quieter and then louder, and the melody. So I think that composition affect me how I arrange objects in the space. I feel art making is kind of like a lot of other things. It's never just like a sudden realization and then you're like flipped. It's always accumulation, and you're doing things you don't really know until much later. That kind of realization. I feel when I'm undergrad, I struggle a lot, just like on so many levels, from the language, from the skill, from the concept, from everything. But the only thing not the only thing, I just work really hard, and no matter what, I just work really hard until the last year of my undergrad, and somehow things just kind of naturally change when I got back to the school. I think I just, from outside perspective, it looks like I give myself some permission to just do things I like to do, and somehow they just work so much better than when I'm trying to do something other people would like or something I think looks important. But I don't know how I get there. I think it's just like constantly working and thinking, and then I totally believe one thing will lead to the other, and then another, and then you just have to keep going and not hypothesize too much or think. Maybe just more relaxed, doesn't have to think too much. And I think relax doesn't mean you don't take things seriously. It just means like you don't have to be anxious. I mean, things will be fine. It's art, it's not like you're a surgeon. You could kill people. It's not like that. I haven't fully explored Pittsburgh yet, but I think whenever I go, I like to explore the cemetery a lot. It's just like a really quiet place, and cemetery is also like a lot of sculptures there. So I like to walk in the cemeteries. I think there's one close to where I live, and there's several in town. So I really like to go there. In the river. It's actually more challenging than I think, because my work has been look playful. It looks so much influenced by children or childhood or some kind of connection with children, but I feel I never really made anything specific for a child. And I think this experience actually opened up a lot of things I never thought of: the height, the material, even the shapes. And there's just so many things I didn't expect that, or maybe I tried, but I still just couldn't until I been pointed out or see people interact with the object. And I think it's really exciting as well. Some of my family members start to have babies and kids, and I feel this residency kind of made me kind of want to engage with them more. And also learning, I think, just kind of learning things from different people. Like a lot of people are very knowledgeable, and when I don't know everything. Obviously, no one knows everything, but I feel like I learned a lot. I think I excited about this opportunity. Like because it feels so like my work is so everybody's like, oh, you can totally imagine that in this context and that context, but I never done that before, and then this is like the first time I'll be able to do it. So think about what is the spirit of play and the spirit of being a kid.